It is review for the Surge. Matt Cody's level design difficulty, approaching crush depths, and the ugly future of cybernetics graphics are first hears. The freezing Surge won't instantly amaze with massive cathedrals, huge hidden tombs, but instead in the layering of effects. And feel across coffin-like and frankly claustrophobic level design, smart use of interior and character animation, and absolutely rock-solid character control you start out first. I think noticing it in the lighting creeping down into the lower level and seeing the dirty steam of ancient mechanics peeping out through floor vents with various lighting effects throwing shadows throughout, the area search can look surprisingly next level even when showing you the most mundane of location with the graffiti of displaced workers painted onto the walls and questionable fluids next to describing sleeping areas next. You are probably going to notice it in the weight and feel of every weapon and upgrade you collect, subtly changing the character in the field. But here heavy doesn't mean unresponsive, it is just means heavy, which it is difficult difference that sometimes these games don't actually get right all the time, including Lords of the Fallen. From this developer and all this price of with the animation as you sneak through the stack-shot lighting of a discrete tunnel complex and enemy leaps out complexity without warning you dodge and then swing. What can you only be described of a Phrygian Osprey crossbow blade into his dumb like you are hot and cold either trying to split atoms, and it just looks great throughout all that. It's not just a movement, so it's the mood and how the game delivers little bits of information to you, like watching to see if that crackle of electricity waking off a robot's back is new and caused by the damage you just did, or just a signal that the whoever designed them wanted them look scary as hell, and in many ways they are. And also the level design each of these games always has meant around a return to the breakfast, a safety be that a shiner or a bonfire, or in this case up centers, and in many ways the Surge does the same thing that with elevators and lifts and falls, walls being busted off, returning you back to ops, and from the point on allowing you to deep dive into the enemies subterranean Shantley towns at full speed, and I love that, but make no mistake, so this is a twisting and turning level design like the players sprinting across the surface of a slowly rotating rotator chicken covered in scary and death, and it's not surprising to find a shortcut back to your base of operations that literally is 5 feet from the starting of the level and you had no idea was actually there. And I love that unfortunately the game does have some issue first. Goddamn, it can get some you just can, and while that might be due to the technological monstrosity that this fictional company has created, at some point there comes a time when Robot Room number 77 looks a bit like Robot Room number 108, and despite this occurring many times with all these kinds of games, Surge hammers at home more than I would like, and that is directly connected to its less organic environment in its enemy sets. Also, unfortunately, texture work can be hit and miss, with some character-based items looking like they were run through the element skin filter before being applied. Now all about how it runs. You have the Xbox One at 900, the PS4 at 1018, PS Pro, two choices, and the PC at RP. Your wallet can stand the Xbox One, and PS4 will shoot for 30 FPS and hit it most of the time. The PS4 Pro allows aiming at 13 or 16 FPS with a raising in the resolution depending on which one you choose. Well, of course the PC can run into any frames, trust me, so say that PS4 Pro performance mode it looks like fine, and the fluidity is essential in connection with suggest movement system, and unfortunately that does mean the Xbox One and the PS4 normal always felt a teeny bit Sluggish as a package, the Surge can look wonderful and it runs surprisingly well across all the platforms, but sometimes it can get a bit samey in its environments, likely just when it does. You find a new weapon, you tear off the side of a boss or repeat out of the socket of a dead enemy, and your move set changes. It doesn't mitigate the issue, but it lessens its impact, sound use and voice. Let's find out what's going on here. Stupid man, just stupid, wanted to check the failsafe console, see what they recorded, and got separated from my crew. But I thought hopes don't give me up, you can make it, and that when my rig gave it, have a nice day.
Cannot miss, but you have never seen.